everyone! I am ready to listen to another rock band that I've never heard before. And this time it is Boston, which I understand is an American rock band from, of all places, Boston. I don't know much about it. Vlad did tell me that the height of their success was in the 70s and 80s, so I guess they date back to about that time. And this song, Foreplay, Longtime, is one of their greats, I understand. So that's about all I know, and I'm going to give them a listen, see what I hear, see what I think, and try to share the experience with you. So let's dive in. That was quite a ride from the start. Okay. Some surprises there. One made me even startle a little bit when the first crash came in, because I was so interested in listening to that organ and noticing the little chromatic descending line. And it's a very dynamic opening to the piece. And it happened so fast, I want to go back and hear it again, and then I'll keep going. That's an organ. It's very light and fingery dancing. And then that line walking down. And that's what gave me a surprise right here. Cute little percussion entering. Walking bass line. Okay. I'm not sure how they make those sounds. Bomb! I so want to hear that note. That was almost like, well, of course it had organ in it, but it was almost like a grand closing to an organ prelude where we have bum, bum, and I want to hear it go bum. Interesting. Okay, let's keep going. I'm curious what's coming next. I like that suspension there.
It's been such a long time. I think I should be going. Yeah. And time doesn't wait for me. It keeps on rolling. Sail on a distant highway. Yeah. I've got to keep on chasing a dream. I've gotta be on my way. Is there something I can say?
Interesting. A lot of changes happening texturally in the music.
I'm just moving on. You'll forget about me after I've been gone. And I take what I find. I don't want no more. It's just outside of your front door. Ah, yeah. It's been such a long time. It's been such a long time.
This is a really active, dramatic, lively piece of music.
Well, I get so lonely when I am without you. But in my mind, deep in my mind, I can't forget about you. Good times and faces that remind me, yeah. I'm trying to forget your name and leave it all behind me. You're coming back to find me.
Okay, so a lot of things happening that are interesting to me in this song. I like the way that it really plays with texture a lot. Texture and timbre of instruments. And there's some very, I guess I could say, playful sounds that are used to add a bigger, to expand the music beyond the basic skeleton of what's here. I like the touch of the organ. I like that tonality, that tone quality in here. And I like the sort of wildness of it. It has a certain wild, restless feel to it. At the same time, it's very upbeat and kind of, maybe happy isn't the right word, but high energy. And then, of course, we have the way that the guitar and the voice are playing back and forth with each other and complementing each other. And when the voice is singing, it sounds like a pretty standard popular style tune. It's been such a long time. I can almost remember how it goes, even though I've just heard it this once, halfway through the song. But it's a sticky little tune, and it has an upbeat quality to it that really catches your ears, grabs you, and sticks with you. And when the voice is singing, of course, the other instruments are mostly keeping again, a catchy little rhythmic quality going. But then the guitar comes in, and then there, of course, the extra voice layers in the chorus to add some more texture, some more sound layers. And it's all very dynamic and constantly changing. And I like that about it. I feel like sometimes when I listen to a piece of rock style music, it's very predictable in that, okay, there's a verse, there's a chorus, there's a verse, there's a chorus, there's a verse, maybe another verse, maybe a chorus, maybe two choruses, whatever. You have a guitar solo. I have gotten to the point where I can feel the pattern. But this one, it uses a pretty standard pattern. Verse, chorus, whatever, guitar solo. But at the same time, there's so much changing throughout that it doesn't feel too terribly predictable. And I also enjoy some of the harmonic progressions that are happening in here, which seem more tonally aware. I don't want that to sound like an insult. I don't mean that when a guitarist or a rock band is playing something with just a bunch of power chords and so on and so forth, that they're not tonally aware. What's a better way of saying this? Because I don't want it to come across as condescending or critical. I'm just trying to express what it is that appeals to me in this song. It's the chord progressions, the way I mentioned, I a little bit earlier, I said, I like that suspension. Well, I should probably talk about what a suspension is, because it's something that, to me, it's a very satisfying, rewarding sequence of chord changes. It's part of a series of chord changes that really gives a sort of harmonic grittiness. And you've heard me talk about how the gritty, harsh sounds of the electric guitar are not something that I have been able to immediately relate to. It's taken me time, and I'm still getting used to it, although I'm getting more and more comfortable with it. But now here, it's not that I dislike a gritty, edgy sound. It's just that I am conditioned to look for a different kind of edge, a different kind of conflict in music, a different kind of grittiness or hardness, and it has more to do with harmonic qualities rather than merely sonic qualities. And I'm hearing some little moments of that in here where they're using harmonic sequences, chords, changing chord patterns that give me that little bit of edge and pressure that I am used to experiencing in music. And I find it quite satisfying. Anyway, so I guess I will talk about that a bit. Probably I'll do an in-depth where I can explore that harmonic sequencing element, because it's worth exploring a bit and understanding. And I think it might help. It might help to show you why I enjoy what I enjoy. Kind of like this little strumming rhythmic pattern here.
Well, I'm taking my time, I'm just moving on. You'll forget about me after I've been gone. And I take what I find, I don't run no more. It's just outside of your front door. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's been such a long time. It's been such a long time.
Now the guitar is taking it over again. I almost thought that was a voice up there for a moment.
The time doesn't wait for me, it keeps on rolling. It's a long road, I've gotta stay in time with it. I've got to keep on chasing that dream. Though I may not survive,
Almost reminds me of some
I'm always
almost country music harmonies and sounds.
Well, I'm taking my time, I'm just moving on. Taking my time, I'm just moving on. Taking my time, just taking my time. Taking my time, yeah. Taking my time.
It has a little bit of a gospel quality to the voices too. Interesting. That was an interesting experience to me. It was perhaps one of the, well, I don't know how to assess this very well. I want to say it might be one of the harder rock songs that I've listened to. But I did enjoy the energy of the piece. I enjoyed that a lot. I enjoyed, especially in the first half. As it got into the last half, I could feel it settling into the choruses and the verse and all of that. And you know, it kept up the energy. But the first half had all those different things going on, which I would like to talk about a bit. So I will do an in-depth where I explore some of those things that intrigued me about it. It doesn't seem like a particularly profound piece of music. That's okay. Not all music has to be profound. And even in my background, in my classical experience, any honest classical musician will tell you there's plenty of classical music that has nothing to do with profundity. You know, there's music for energy, and there's music for that is light, and there's music that is playful, and all of these different things. It doesn't all have to have deep meaning, and I feel like this is one of those. Even the lyrics seem rather superficial, and you know, okay, it's talking about some things, but nothing really grand and profound, and that's okay. But I will dig into this concept of harmonic progressions, and maybe even suggest some examples from classical music where I think it gives a very clean, clear, identifiable example of what it is that I'm talking about aurally. That was my first listen, and I'll spend a bit of time with the music, see if anything else jumps out to me to add into the in-depth, and you can find that second portion of the video right here, and you will be able to see what I came up with and how it all ended up, and I'll see you soon.